and I'm here to teach you tuts.
In this tutorial, I'll be talking about whip placement, depth perception, and elbow placement. First, I would start out with stretching your arms. So a good technique is to pull on your fingertips and pull back, and you'll feel your muscles being pulled right here. And then pull on that for 10 seconds. Move it down to the other side so it'll pull this part. And just pull that for 10 seconds. Do that on each arm. You would have to have 4 different placements. There's your arms crossed, wrist over wrist, your left arm on top, then you flip it over, and your right hand below. That's the 4th placement. So in each placement, let's just start off with this one. You start from your pinky to your index. So you come up around and close down, and come up around from the outside to the inside and close down. And then that brings you to this position with the wrist up. So for this one, you go like this, and then put your right arm below and do it from your pinky to index, outside to inside, outside to inside. That was the whips for placement 1 and 2. The next 3rd placement is with your wrists facing up. You do index to pinky, inside to outside. So I'm going in, out, and so you put your right hand below, and then you do the same thing with your index to pinky, in, out, So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is depth perception, and that's when you're doing your whips in this placement, this placement, this placement, this placement, that you're not just doing it in one place, you're doing it either forward or backwards, or back here. Basically, I try to keep my wrists in the very center in like a line right in front of me, this invisible line that I'm imagining. And so when I'm doing my whips, I keep it in that line, going back and forth, but I'm going in and back. A good way of making your whips look unique and makes it look like you're doing various types of whips is to put your arm on a certain area of your other arm. So from your wrists to your elbows, you can move it either up or down, and even for the other arm, up or down. You want to keep your arms facing this way. I just wanted to show you that you can put it anywhere on your arms. So an example of that would be, let's start at your wrists of your arms. You would do whips like this. But then if you wanted to look different, you would move it down, let's say all the way down here close to your elbows. And now your whips look bigger. And then you can go all the way down to your elbows. And then your whips look just ginormous. You can make whips look really fast if they're as close as your wrists. I like to rest my arms on each other so that it doesn't look like my whips are just like sloppy and going everywhere. So I can keep my arm rested and it's staying on this one plane, both my arms. They're almost like leaning against each other. But when you get that down, it's better to keep a tiny space in between your wrists and know how to move like around it without barely touching it. It makes your whips look really creative. I would start by resting your arms on top of each other. If your whips look bigger, I would keep your wrists up with your fingers pointed up, and then keep your palm as flat as you can, going from all the way to the side down to the bottom. When you put a roll to that, it looks like a really big flat whip, but your palm is always flat throughout the whole way. So keep in mind that your wrists and your elbow are the main parts you should be focusing on and thinking about. You think that finger rolls are a good part of the whip. It's really easy to learn the finger rolls once you learn how to use your wrists and your elbows right. Thanks for watching the tutorial. Now here's a light show. I tried to go behind the back.